Yo guys, Leg Games here, and today I'm going to be doing another video. Today I'm going to be going back to the old style videos where I'll be talking about YouTubers. Obviously everyone knows about this YouTuber called Morgz. If you haven't, you've been living under a rock. Many other YouTubers have made videos about him. I'm going to be speaking about different stuff from what they speak about though. Obviously what other YouTubers speak about is the idea that he nicks ideas. Basically he's been called out for stealing Mr. Beast's ideas on many occasions, which is fair enough. Although that's not a career ender, but it's not, because everyone nicks everyone's ideas on YouTube, and like that's how trends happen. So yeah, that one could be forgiven. Another thing he's been called out for is just like pushing the boundary. So like he's just done a best scare prank on family, and like, you know, just being, so he's got a child audience, and then he just sort of like does suggestive stuff.
Today I'm gonna be doing the spin the wheel challenge with
which also is sort of pushing the boundaries, but it's not too bad. And fair play to him. I couldn't act myself. I couldn't act, like, you know, when what kids channels do where they're like really upbeat and happy. I couldn't act like that.
Yo, that's a big spin. No way.
For a video, I couldn't act that fake. But what I'm going to be talking about is, so if you guys don't know, I've been on YouTube probably about 4.5 years. Most of my old videos from first year are either private or deleted though. But yeah, back in the day, Morgz used to, you know, the people who comment on people's videos, like if they just comment like normally, it's fine. I get that, but it's when people are like, oh, sub bro, and like on everyone's channel it's like, oh, I'll shout you out. Shout outs are the worst actually. I'll shout you out if you shout me out. He used to be one of those. So he used to just go on each channel's shout out, and he's like, do you want to grow on YouTube? If you subscribe to me, I'll shout you out. And then obviously what that happens, it still happens in the small sections of YouTube. You've got like 500, 600 kids who just like follow you, and then they just comment on your videos, so when am I getting my shout out? When am I getting my shout out? A big example of someone who does this at the moment is someone called Sabs Gamer, about 15k at the moment. And then if you just look at his comment section at the moment, it's like, when am I getting my shout out? But it doesn't really work, because your top comment's just going to be like, when am I going to get the shout out, with like 50 likes, and then there's going to be like 20 comments just exposing you. So it's not a good way to grow. If you look at this, you're like, oh, I can get 11 million subscribers like Morgz. I try that. Don't do it. But if you literally look on YouTube and you search for Morgz Shout Out Sunday, it's all his old videos. I think he's privated them all now, so he must come to the realization that it's a bit scammy what he was doing. But basically, yeah, as like more people were just, what people do, they thought it would increase their chances, so everyone would start their own shout out series and shout out Morgz. And then, so you've got like hundreds of channels around you shouting you out, all these people coming over, and then what happens is more people see your videos, want a shout out from a bigger channel, so they do that, and then they shout you out as well, and it just turns into a bigger circle and circle and circle. And I just find it mental that someone with 11 million subscribers has a past like this. I know it's not talked about on YouTube at all, and I know it's really hidden, but I honestly, it baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. He did comment on one of my old videos, but I don't know whether, like, I don't know what happened to it. Either it just got removed, but obviously he couldn't have removed it because like he would have to do that with thousands and thousands and thousands of channels. I reckon I might have accidentally deleted the video without thinking at the time, which is a shame. But there's loads of videos out there if you just like look for the right stuff. I'll show a couple examples on the screen now. But yeah, it's mental, because he has absolutely cracked YouTube now. Like, his videos get over 1 million views. Well, 1 million views is a bad video for him. He can get like 5 million. Like, it is mental. But yeah, I would just like also to make it clear that giving a shout out itself isn't a very bad thing. Obviously, loads of creators do it, loads of big YouTubers do it to people. It's a good way of growing, it's a good way of sending it over. Yeah, as I said, it's not bad in that thing. The whole point of this is they make it so there's rules to it, and it's not just like they're putting someone's link in the description. They're making everyone sub to like all their socials, their YouTube channel, and normally when people do this, they have like a group of 6 YouTubers, and they make it so they all make a video, and they've all got about 5 to 10k subs, and then they all make, like, for people trying to get a shout out, sub to 6 or 7 different channels, and then you're never going to get a shout out because there's so many people competing, and it's just scammy because you're going to get as they grow, obviously it becomes harder as well, and then they say, oh, I know who like is active on my channel, so comment. Obviously, if you guys don't know how the YouTube algorithm works, the more comments you get on your channel, the more likely you're going to get in recommended. So the more comments you get, the more views they get in, the more suggested views they get, which obviously helps them grow the channel. Yeah, it's just really scummy the way they go about it. Like, obviously Morgz is the only YouTuber. Another notable YouTuber is someone called It's Owen. He's a big Fortnite YouTuber at the moment. I believe he's got about 1 million subscribers, but he was another person who got his first like 100, 200k just off like these ways. Obviously, if you guys didn't know, I believe it comes under scamming and deceptive practices under YouTubers' term services if you do like shout out Sundays. And there was a bit where they were really ploughing down on stuff like this, and if they like saw any shout out Sundays, they would basically ban the channel, terminate it completely. I think they're not as strict on it now, but it still is against YouTube's terms of service. And yeah, we'll get on to the next bit about Morgz. Obviously, guys, I'd just like to say that I don't think you should get his channel terminated or anything, because YouTube is a learning process, and what you do in the past shouldn't affect what you do now. I just thought that was really interesting, like the background of how he got his channel big, because yeah, it's just mental. There are worse YouTubers out there. He's definitely not the worst for that. But yeah, let's go and review his content, and I'll give my opinions on why he's so hated and stuff like that. So guys, another point, my first point is another way how he grew. Basically, once he hit a certain amount of subscribers, he moved on to foot draft challenges. That's where he got a lot of his views as well, because obviously just, you know, doing shout out Sundays will only get you so far with getting content. And yeah, because he probably realised that doing shout out Sundays just gets you dead subs, because what happens is the more people, like longer people do it, they'll slowly figure out how scammy it sort of is, so they'll unsubscribe, and once they unsubscribe, or they might stay subscribed, but they might just like stop watching you. So yeah, he slowly did stop that, and then he went on to 195 draft challenges. So these are sort of bad, because if you guys don't know, if you like fully like just get your title wrong, like fully clickbait, obviously you have to clickbait to survive in YouTube. I do it, every YouTuber does it. You have to get clicks, like that is just the truth. Sorry about that, but yeah, just doing a completely wrong title, it's called like meta tagging, same tags, doing wrong tags, and you can get your channel terminated for this. But he literally grew his channel off 195 draft challenges, which again, like anything to hit the algorithm. Like, I know other YouTubers think this is scammy, make your own opinion, but I think I respect it, respect the hustle. Literally him just doing anything to get in there. Obviously when like there is a boundary for that. Like, I know there's been cases of Fortnite YouTubers who just like use skin changes and stuff to like just hit the algorithm, and then their channel's purely based off that, whereas Morgz did make decent content at the time, so like it's not like it's just a person like me at the time who would make like really bad content and try and do clickbaity titles to get into search recommended. Like his videos were good, but yeah, let's move on to the next point. So one of the reasons he's so hated is because his mum's got a channel, and I don't think this is as bad as everyone makes out, because let's think about it in this perspective. If you were big and you have a platform to give your mum or dad a channel which made just as much money as, well, not just as much, it will be a little bit less, but similar amounts of money to what he makes, and they can quit their jobs and stuff, they don't like working, like anyone would do that, like that's a no-brainer. It's just obviously if, like, I don't know, Memeless's or like Willie's mum started making commentary channels, you wouldn't really give a fuck. Whereas because he's got a child fan base, he can do that, and like she can do similar content to Morgz and get similar views. So yeah, I don't think that's that bad. I think it's very clever on his behalf, actually. So obviously Morgz' mum having a channel isn't bad, but one of the criticisms she does get is, well, both of them get actually, both do pranks, and if you're above, I would say 8 and on YouTube, you will know that all pranks are pretty much like fakes, apart from the ones which they like just like sort of cut their earphones and then like give them a new pair afterwards. There's not really any harm in those ones. I'm talking about like the bloody ones on like YouTube. But so her latest classic was I Lost My Memory prank on Morgz, gone too far, and I think that's a weird one, because obviously stuff like this, you're gonna have people watching who are like actually in the situation where like a family member might like have been in a car crash or something and like are actually living this in real life, where their like mum or dad can't remember them or has amnesia. That's why like pranks like these are a bit too far, because yeah, you just don't know who's watching, you don't know who's out there who's actually living this on a day-to-day basis, and that's what makes this bad in my opinion. But yeah, let's have a look at a little clip at Morgz' mum's video.
Are you okay? What happened?
I don't know you. What's going on? Who are you?
I'm so
Right, so as I said before, to anyone like above 10, 8, they'll be able to look at that and be like, oh, that's fake, that's fine. But people under 8 obviously struggle to get the gist that, oh my god, that's fake. So they'll be like, oh my god, his mum's actually injured. And I know what you're saying, oh, but Morgz can't control who watches his videos. No, he can't. But the way he speaks during it and the way he acts during it, like the acting up to a camera and like being child friendly, obviously will boost his child viewership. So doing a mixture of like trying to edge towards children and then doing pranks like these, which isn't really like content for children, is very like mixed, and that's part of the problem in my opinion, where he like acts up to the camera, tries to get the children's viewers, and then in a complete reverse, his videos are like just a bit like sensitive topic sort of thing. But yeah, right, so the final point I'm going to make is about him using like girlfriend's view. There's nothing really, every YouTube does this. If I could get a girlfriend, I'd do it as well. But so basically a few months ago he was with Kiera Bridget. She's on about 3.41 million. I would say this is the peak of Morgz' YouTube channel. They were both getting like 1 million views per video, like they were both building off each other. Her viewers would go to his channel, his viewers would go to her channel. Kiera's channel is a bit more grown up though, which means obviously she's got less views. That's probably why Morgz does act up to the camera. But yeah, literally the videos were cringy at the time and it got a lot of criticism. But I mean, it worked, they got views. Kiera's now with another YouTuber and she's still doing well for herself. I thought that if they broke up, her channel would, no offense, but die. But now he's with a TikTok YouTuber called Tamsin. She's got about 2 million followers on TikTok. So yeah, that's like, honestly, if you can use someone for views, like, do it. Honestly, no problem there. Anyway, my main criticism of this is obviously if a person is forcing the other one into a relationship. I'm not saying this happened, by the way, just like to make that very clear. If it's mutual, then that's fine, but lots of people thought that these relationships were fake, and if one of them's not fully into it and then they get involved in this huge online relationship and they want to back out, this is if it's fake. It could be real, it has been determined, probably is real, but yeah, if it's fake and they get involved, you're just going to get a lot of pressure from the public when you're out, and it's just going to be awkward. So that's, like, it's not a big criticism. I think that putting relationships online is very risky. If you're at that level, if I was quite big and had a relationship, I don't know if I'd put it online. I know I joked about it earlier, but it's just a different stress, and like, it's a stress you don't need. Anyway guys, I think I'm going to leave a video there. If you guys did get to this point, smash a thumbs up, please subscribe and follow my Insta, I'll stick it here. But yeah, I'll leave the video there. If we can reach 20 likes, very much appreciative, and I'll see you guys next time.